Howdy fellas, so you're probably wondering where the 300ZX project with the mod motors have been. As you can see, we're getting that motor prep for paint. We're gonna put this thing together. We got our paint here. Look at this custom blue. This is going to be the color of the car actually, so we'll go ahead and reveal that. And then there's going to be some pearlescent black in the engine bay and some other parts of the engine. So let's get this in the cup and get the spray in. There we go. 3 coats on, looking pretty good. Also, we haven't recorded it yet, but we got it over here. Got that block painted up too. Looking clean. Got the cylinder surface looking good. Already honed. So how are we looking on the build so far?
Pretty good, besides, you know, missing a thrust bearing. There we go.
Don't need that.
Yeah. That's the only thing holding us back from slapping everything back together though.
Yeah, pretty much we were just refreshing gaskets and stuff. We took it apart just to look at it and make sure it wasn't too bad. And the crank and everything looks fine. I mean, there's some like scored areas on the bearing, but I mean, it is a used engine.
We're testing the limits of what you can reuse and what you can't. Cap bolts being reused, bearings reused, greased up with motor oil.
Yes, sir. We'll see how many people disagree with our engine building.
We're not doing it properly, but we're doing it. What are the only bolts we're replacing are what, the rod cap bolts?
Yeah.
That's the only bolts. That and head bolts.
Hey, you know what? It may not be put together right, but it's gonna look good. Very nice. Got the crank all buttoned up.
Finishing up the caps here, doing the side bolts
in.
Actually got some assembly lube. I think last time we were putting engine oil on it.
Yeah, since it's going to be stored for a while, I guess we went ahead and got assembly lube. Can't see nothing, but rings are in. Checking ring gap. That's how they go, right? You just throw the piston on top?
Yeah, you're supposed to crush the ring with the piston.
Very nice. Got the pistons ready to go in. Check the ring gap. I think we're going to be fine. We're like, what, 18 thousandths all the way around? And then the bottoms were, they were in spec. Can't remember the exact, but they're in spec. You liking this piston ring compressor here?
I can definitely tell it's the Harbor Freight one. How much does this cost, y'all?
$10.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sir, you've had rings exit.
Yeah, I know. I had to beat that piston back up because it went in cockeyed. We got the rods all in and torqued down. Only put a couple pistons in backwards. Had to take them back out, but not too big of a detour.
That wouldn't hurt anything.
Nah. So had to take them out, put them back in. But I'm working on the.
All down?
Yeah, all that's torqued down.
Let me flip it around for you.
Ready to explode.
That thing, the piston rings are going to seat so nice that it blocks it up and restricts all the oil blocks up.
Yep. Got the rear cover back on, oil pickup tube. So the block's pretty much done for now because getting new oil pan, everything else got to wait for the timing cover and heads to go on. Relocating the oil filter, so we're getting ready to start disassembling them heads over there. Finishing up for tonight, we got the heads disassembled here. Got both of them in. Started on valve seals. Only got 1/4 of the way done, and I about broke my back doing it.
I don't see the problem. You don't think 24 valves is good?
Little much on the back in the rounded position.
Did we show off the Coyote Intake that we got here?
I don't think we did.
Take a look at this. That's gonna be a bad unit. Look at the flow in there. So we some light. We got a huge 90 mil throttle body on it. I think that's bigger, but that's what we're gonna go with.
Got the adapter plates over here. Cost a fortune because they're made out of billet aluminum.
See, everything that we see about 5.4s and power is all super dated. And then they started doing this when they found out that a Coyote Intake will fit on a 5.4, so that put them back in the game, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Been working on cleaning one of the heads for the 5.4 we're working on. These intake ports were disgusting, but there was all sorts of crud and everything in there, so we cleaned them out a little bit. Most of them came out decently clean. I'm still working on this one. It's giving me a hard time. You can definitely tell it's dirtier than the rest of them.
Good Lord. Got them heads cleaned up. They're looking pretty good. all the combustion chambers clean. We're gonna do some final cleaning on the surface here. Get these mounted up. There we go. We are in. All right, well the boys went ahead and knocked out the valve train portion, and the heads are going, they went ahead and torqued it. Cams are in. This is a little bit weird to figure out just because we're used to 2 valves, but not too bad, got all that on. Let's get a reference to how big this thing's getting. Look at Dalton next to it, you know. So now we just got to wait on a timing set because...
We could have had this whole thing together if we wouldn't have made the assumption that a 4/6 timing chain would fit on a 5/4. You know.
Yeah, so we ordered...
But they ain't quite that close.
We ordered a 4-valve 4/6 timing set. One of our brilliant ideas, not thinking that this deck height is taller. So of course the chain guides, none of it fit. So we got a whole new kit coming in for it, and then that should be able to get timed up. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to do some clearancing here on the head, and then clearance this Coyote Intake we got because it does not slide down on the adapters because the injector hole area is a little too big.
These adapters you're gonna need
some polishing.
Quite a bit of porting as well.
Yeah, so look at the step from the MMR adapter plates here. Not the best fit in the world. It's got quite a big lip. And I'm pretty sure it has a lip inside of the intake too, so we might have to port the intake a little bit. And there we go, we got them knocked out. Everything's matched right here, everything looks good. Clean up the metal, go ahead and put our adapter plates where they should go. Start getting this intake mounted up, see what she looks like. And there we go, guys. The 5/4 is pretty much complete. We got the accessory stuff on. We still need to get a balancer for it, and we'll get some sensors. And then we're gonna get some new hardware for the front just to make it look good. Get some new hardware up here to make it look good. Hey, you're probably wondering, Chief, why were you just gasket matching and porting with the heads on the motor? You're gonna ruin it with all the metal shavings. Well, doesn't matter anyways, because we're actually taking this engine completely apart again. This build has actually taken quite a while, so we've had time to ponder stuff, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and forge the engine. So, we have another 5/4 here out of a Lightning. These actually came factory with forged pistons. We're gonna salvage some forged pistons out of a Lightning, and then get some forged rods to go in, and have a forged short block on this thing. That way it's just gonna be ready for boost when we're ready anyways, so might as well get it out of the way while it's out of the car. But the next thing we're gonna do is tackle getting the old engine out of that 300ZX and pull it so we can go get this over there and start test fitting and seeing how it's gonna fit. But of course, that video will come out sometime. See you in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed the build.